Hello there and welcome back to the DBMS video series, and today we are going to be discussing the 8th question set. So first let's look at the scenario. So the business name is Max Mobile and the owner of the mobile company uses a computer software which uses the following table to store the data in that computer software. So we'll have to create this customer data as well. So first let's jump into the questions. So the first question is, create a database named mshop to save data in the mobile phone shop. Alright, so let's copy the database's name and let's create it within HeidiSQL. So open up your HeidiSQL window. So let's create a new database by right clicking the MySQL 80 and then click on create new and database. Next, let us paste the database's name and click on OK. Alright, so we named it as mshop. So we finished the first question. So the second question is, we have to create a table as customer and product, and we have to follow the instructions below. Let's resize the HeidiSQL. Alright, so first let's create a new table. Let's name it as customer. Alright, so we'll have to add the columns now. Alright, we have added all the data to create our table. So let me create the cus ID as the primary key and save it. So next we'll have to create our product table. Alright, so right click the mshop database and then click on create new and then click on the table. So type in product as the table name. Let's add the details. So for the price column, we'll be using the data type as double. So double allows decimal places also to be present within the data type. Alright, so let's first give the default value as no default value here, so that we can create the pro ID as the primary key. It's done. Now let's see what the next question wants us to do. So now we'll have to add data graphically to the tables we have created. Alright, let's add it. Let's go to the data table and now let's add up all the data. Alright, we have successfully added all the data into our database graphically. So now let's go to the fourth question. So we have to find all customers. So we'll head to the query tab. We'll have to use a query known as the select query. So type in select and then we use this asterisk mark for all. So select all from, so we need to see all the customers. So we'll be selecting the customer. Select all from customer. So once you run the query, you can see all the customers who are entered into the table. So let's look at the next question. We have to find details of all products. So we have to print all the products using the query. So let's hop over to the next question, find details of all products. So for that you will have to head back to the query tab, and then we'll be using the same query, that is select all from product. And once you run the query, you can see all the product details which are entered into your database. So let's look at the last question. Find the details of the customer whose CUS ID is CUS003. Alright, so we'll have to find the customer with this CUS ID, customer ID. So we'll be using the same query and another query as well. So I'll be using select all from customer, and now we are going to use a new query which is the where query. So I'll be using where. So we are selecting all the columns from the customer table where, so we have to get the CUS ID, customer ID. See, CUS underscore ID. So where customer ID is equals to, I will be putting 2 inverted commas CUS003. Alright, so let's run the query. Alright, so we get the details of the customer 003 who is Navod, and we have got his last name, gender, and the contact number. So let's have a recap on what we did on this video series. So first we created a customer table and the product table using HeidiSQL, and we added the customer data and the product data using the graphical method of HeidiSQL. Next, we use the query to find all customers in this database, and also we found all the details of all the products residing in the database, which is the Max Mobile. And finally, we found details of a specific customer by using his customer ID, where we used the where query. We also use select queries as well. So thank you for watching this video.